Yeah, I fucking love those guys. Anyway,
They're pretty funny.
How was your week?
My week was okay. It passed by in a blur. Oh, I did go to work a couple times.
Gross. It's summer.
Yeah, I know. And I have to go to work again tomorrow since it's now Sunday. I'm going to work again on Monday. Ugh. At least it's with people I like. This time it'll be with Shelby. So that'll be nice.
Yeah, okay.
The one who's standing me up for D&D.
Yeah, so that was all that happened. You went to work for a little bit.
Pretty much.
Nothing really interesting. No. Well, that's sounds a lot better than my week, though.
How was your week?
Awful. Yeah, I had to spend another $1,000 on my car.
That's right, your car troubles.
Yeah.
That fucking sucks, man.
Yeah, it does, especially since it's still not fully fixed. It's fixed enough for now. Before too long, I'll fix it fully.
I hope so.
If I get this other position
that you applied for and got an interview for.
Yep, already interviewed.
Where might I be getting a call from, by the way?
Someplace called Glory.
Okay. I'll be watching out for that.
All right. It might just come up as Michigan.
Okay.
Or no, it's Wisconsin. That's where it is. It's Wisconsin.
Damn.
Watertown,
Why?
Wisconsin. Because one of the other offices is in Wisconsin, and so the HR lady works there.
Cool.
But
yeah, I've been watching out on my spam calls. We're like, okay, this might be Dustin's thing, so I better answer. There were a couple though that I forgot to watch out for.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure if I missed it or not.
Well,
hopefully not.
It was weird because I was texting with her, and she was like, "Yeah, so can you do the interview?" Because I had already talked to her on the phone once, and she was like, "Can you do the interview today?" Which was Thursday.
Uh-huh.
And I said, "Yeah, that's not a problem." Or no, I'm sorry, she said next Tuesday. And then I said, "Yeah, that's not a problem. I can do next Tuesday." Mm-hmm. And then she texted me back 20 minutes later, and she was like, "Actually, can you do today?" And I was like, "I can move some things around." It was funny because I told my friend that, and he was like, "What? Like your nap?" And I was like, "Hey, fuck off, man."
You have to act like you're on top of things.
I was like,
let me see what I've got on my schedule, but I think this can work.
Yeah, and so
when all you have planned just fucking pizza and a movie.
So I did it, and I felt like, I felt like the interview went really well up until the last 5 minutes, and then the energy just got weird. I don't know what it was. It might have just been me, because I might have been like, I really want to get off this fucking call. Because it was 30 minutes, and I was just like, oh, I don't know, and they're asking me questions like, and what do you think your strengths are? What do you think are your weaknesses? And I'm like, I fucking hate that. Yeah, but I fucking hate those questions,
I think everybody does.
Because it's like, all right, do you want a real answer? Do you want a real answer of what I think my weakness is? Or do you want me to say, I don't have any weaknesses? Which is obviously not true. Because,
yeah,
everybody's got a weakness somewhere.
You know what my weakness was for my interview? Because they did ask me.
What?
Spending too much time at work.
Gross. Mm-hmm. You're one of those.
But it was true. It was at least true.
But so I was honest. I answered honestly, and then
good.
We'll see how it goes from there. The manager. So I talked to the hiring manager at my location where I would be working. We had a few things in common, so I thought it was going pretty well. We're both cowboy fans. We both play guitar. That kind of thing.
Yeah.
And so it seemed like it was going really well, and then that last bit, I was like, I don't want to do this anymore.
Well, it was just all in your brain, and it went
hopefully
well overall, or they can look past the last 5 minutes.
They said that they would give me, an answer this coming week. So that was Thursday?
Thursday,
yeah.
And today
is now going to be Sunday.
Okay.
And so I asked her yesterday, I texted her Friday and said, hey, just want to follow up if you know anything yet. And she said, well, we've got a few interviews next week, and then we'll make our decision. And I thought, Well, then what was the point in trying to get me in so much earlier? If you originally had me scheduled for Tuesday, then you're like, no, you know what? Actually, do it this week. You know.
Who knows?
Whatever. Anyway, are you ready to get into it?
I am.
All right. Hit him with the intro, Tasha.
Welcome to What Am Dreams. I'm one of your hosts, Tasha, and I'm here with
Dustin.
And we're here to talk to you about dreams. Dreams.
And we're here live.
Live.
Large and in charge.
I'm just large.
Well, I'm larger by a lot. So speaking of my car troubles, one of my dreams from this week was a stress dream about my car troubles.
My gosh.
And like it had nothing really like specific about it. Yeah. Except that it definitely wasn't here in Texas because it felt like I was going through like Hollywood neighborhoods, like or LA neighborhoods, you know, like in the hills. And I remember it in the dream. I had just gotten my car back, and like the check engine light kept coming on and then going off, coming on and then going off, and like the headlights would like blink on or off, you know.
Yeah.
And then it kept stopping like during these like giant neighborhoods with the big houses and all the hills and everything. And like this just kept happening, and it felt like it went on for like hours, you know. But that was the whole dream. It was just that.
Going through the hills of this Hollywood-esque.
Yeah, and my fucking car just giving me shit the whole time.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, you must be really stressed out about your car troubles.
I'm stressed out about a lot of things.
I get that.
Being an adult. That's one of my big stressors.
Tell me about it, man.
Fucking hate it. I hate it here.
I'm always remember that one Adam Sandler scene. It's got to be, is it Gilmore?
Happy Gilmore?
I can't remember
Madison?
which. Yeah, it's Billy Madison.
Okay.
Where he like grabs the kid by his face cheeks. He's like, never. Or what did he say? Something like
Don't
never
ever
grow
say
up.
That,
oh,
because the kid said, "I can't wait till I'm in high school."
Yeah.
And he goes, "Don't ever say that. Never say that. Stay here as long as you
he's
can."
Like shaking his whole little head.
Yeah.
And Adam Sandler's hilarious. It's an old one, right?
Yeah, when my nieces saw that movie.
Recently?
They saw it a while back, but they would not stop quoting the scene where he's in the bathtub and he's like got the shampoo and the conditioner. Conditioner is better. I go on and I leave the hair silky and smooth. And then they got to the point where he's like, "Stop looking at me, Swan." That whole thing. They would just keep doing that over and over again.
That's hilarious.
I always quoted, "It's too damn hot for a penguin to be just walking around."
That's a strange one.
Well, whenever it's hot outside, I'm like, "It's too damn hot for a penguin to be just walking around."
I just always think of O'Doyle rules anytime I see a yellow school bus.
Yeah.
And then the two explosions. O'Doyle rules. Alright, I'm looking for my first dream.
Movies were so funny back then.
Weren't they?
Yeah, because Tommy Boy is still one of my favorite movies.
Which I need to rewatch soon. Okay, so I had a dream. Well, I guess I'll just jump into my stress dream. Well, maybe this one is probably kind of a stress dream too. Okay. I'm looking at Acclimation Tribal Life was one of them.
Okay.
And the other one was High School Earthquake. That one was super stressful. / horror. Horrific.
Okay.
I was trying to adjectivize that one.
Yeah.
It didn't work out.
Horrifying.
So anytime I text you a title, I text Ernesto the whole dream.
I'm just watching you scroll through walls of text.
Yeah.
I'm like, shit, all right. I thought I wrote a lot about my dreams.
I'll just start with this. Acclimation Tribal Life. So interesting. No clue why I ever would dream this ever. Okay, so in this dream, I was a visitor in a third world country.
Okay.
I knew this. And my intention was to learn the ways of a tribe that I would be living with for like the next several years. I don't know why. I know I was a scientist though. I don't know what I was studying, but I was there to live with them, acclimate to their lifestyle and all that. It was a tribe that was like a mix of African peoples, Native American peoples, and Indian peoples. That was like the culture vibes I was getting in the tribe. So, in the very beginning of the dream, I remember walking up with other learned people who are also scientists, or like a group of scientists, specifically going to this tribe to live with them. And we'd be staying indefinitely with the same tribe together. It was in a remote part of some underdeveloped country, not sure, in the middle of the forest / jungle. So we met up, traveling through the wilds of whatever country it was, and we finally got to a ridge where we met up with the woman we were supposed to meet up with. And she was the one who was going to help us acclimate. So she was going to teach us their ways. She'd be like our mentor.
Yeah.
And she was trying to explain to me, the first thing she was trying to explain to me were the watering ways, like how the tribe got water, what container to use, where to get the water, how much to fill the container. It was very elaborate. I don't know why I'm dreaming like this. And just tribal life. I don't know why. Anyways, container looked a lot like a basket, which is a weird detail. Whatever. I figured it should work. I noticed as I was going to get some water, nobody was wearing shoes. So I decided to go ahead and discard mine. Might as well get used to it right now. So far, like, this entire dream was very logical.
Yeah.
And I don't get why. It's freaking me out. My feet hurt a lot walking around shoeless, but I decided I might as well, get over it sooner rather than later, hopefully build up some calluses. Then I remember trying to learn their language. Time was passing in a blur. And it was nighttime. All of a sudden, because dream.
Yeah.
And I was walking down the main path.
I was actually about to say that, because dream.
Yes. I was walking down the main path. Everybody was mostly in their huts getting ready for bed, because it was huts. And a rustle of critters ran past me. And I was like, shit, they can't be running from anything good. So I try to hurry myself out of the way to the nearest public hut.
Oh.
It was like a community hut.
Okay. Like a library hut.
Sure. It's like a gathering spot. And then I watched from the shadows. I tried to hide myself as fast as I could. And I saw a baby leopard running after the critters. And I was like, okay, if baby leopard is going by, then mama leopard's probably not too far behind. And sure enough, I saw mama come walking in the same direction towards the leopard. And I was like, shit, I should hide better. I was starting to panic. And I started to try climbing upwards in the hut, because there was a second story to this.
Okay. I thought you were just trying to climb up the walls.
She heard me, the mama leopard. And I was like, oh God, she heard me. She started approaching the hut. And I was like, it's over. I'm done. I'm dead. I just got here and I'm going to die the first night because of this leopard. But she sniffed around. She didn't seem very interested, but she did know I was there. So I thought,
she said, I see you.
No, the whole thing's so logical. She didn't even talk.
Oh.
So it was boring, kind of, in a way.
Yeah.
Aside from the fact I was being sniffed out by a fucking leopard. So I thought she's either not hungry or she's playing with me, her prey. But soon enough, she lost interest and went after her cub. That's all I remember from that. That was it.
Damn.
Stressful. Just a little bit stressful.
I want to know more about the tribe.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Maybe I'll learn more about their ways in some upcoming dreams.
That's one of those where you opened a portal to a different life.
Yeah.
You're just hanging out in a different life.
I didn't have any awareness of leaving behind family, so I feel like I was a whole different person.
Yeah. I mean, it sounds like you were a whole different person.
Yeah, I'm not no scientist, guys. I'm just a lovely English teacher.
I mean, you smart, but
I'm not go live with the tribes.
You're not an anthropologist.
No. No.
I don't see you sitting down with the, tribe and being like, yes, and this this is the ceremonial blah 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 blah. You know?
No, absolutely not.
It is weird that you had that dream, though. I'll talk about my next dream here in just a second, but that is what my next dream is going to be about. Also, is being in a different country, or like a foreign country.
Okay.
Yeah, I wonder what day did you have it?
I had this dream last Saturday.
Okay, I think I had mine this afternoon, actually. This Saturday. Yeah. When did I text you about the Tropic Thunder type dream?
I think it was just yesterday.
Just yesterday? Yeah, that was also a nap dream.
That was Friday.
That was a nap dream. Yeah. Fucking, my nap dreams are the most vivid dreams. I don't know what it is. Like, if I'm like, oh, I need to sleep for 8 hours, then it's like, it's whatever. You might dream. But if I take a nap in the middle of the day, where it's like an hour or two, I'm gonna have a fucked up dream. This one, I was in Russia.
Russia.
And I had like visited the Kremlin, and I found a bunch of other things. And for some reason, in my dream, the Kremlin was a prison. Also,
what is it now?
I think isn't it their parliament building, like their government building?
No clue.
Okay. Anyway,
but I know it's shut.
Yeah. So I was, walking around the outside of the Kremlin, and I was looking around, and
say the Kremlin one more time.
Kremlin.
Okay.
It sounds like Gremlin, but not.
Continue about the Kremlin.
Okay.
Tell me what you're saying about the Kremlin when you were walking around the Kremlin.
Yes. I'm sorry that I'm so specific about where I was. All right. But I found this path behind the Kremlin. And there was like this really rickety bridge that went from like the road over to the Kremlin. And like there was like a moat around the whole thing. And this was the only way in and out.
Okay.
So that like no one could escape or anything. And so I found a way like under the bridge, and I found like one of those like sewer grate type things.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw like, well, this might be a place where people could escape, and I'm kind of looking at it, and I'm also watching as there's several people all around with binoculars and guns, like sniper rifles.
Right.
Just ready to shoot.
Looking out from the Kremlin.
No, inside, or from outside the Kremlin to the Kremlin.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just in case somebody tries to escape.
Okay, yeah.
And these were not police or anything like that. These were just regular citizens. I thought this would be fun. If somebody escapes, I can shoot them.
In Mother Russia, citizens are their own gods.
In my dream, it was like, this is a law. If a prisoner is trying to escape, you can shoot them, and you don't, have any.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, that makes sense actually for Russia. Like in my dream, I was like, that makes total sense for Russia. I don't,
Yeah.
And so while I'm down there looking at that, this guy that I recognize from TV, Josh Gates, he used to host a show called Destination Truth, and he now hosts a show called Expedition Unknown and Expedition X.
Oh.
And he travels to all kinds of weird sites. Anyway, I see him, and in my dream, I know him. Like, we're friends. We've known each other for a long time. We're colleagues. We don't actually work together, but we do the same basic things.
Mm-hmm.
And so I start talking to him, and we start talking about what's going on and where we are. And I'm like, yeah, I'm down here just checking for any weaknesses or whatever. And he's like, yeah, I saw this too, And then we start walking back toward the cars, and I was like, so what hotel are you staying at or whatever? And he's like, oh, it's this one over here. And then I woke up.
My God.
Yeah.
It was just beginning.
Yeah, I know.
I thought you would catch a prisoner or something.
No.
No prisoners from the Kremlin.
But that was a fun dream, though. I mean,
yeah. I want to look at who Josh.
Yeah. So in the dream, I can tell you, it was exactly like you would picture Russia. very cold, gray, lots of snow on the ground. It was just Russia. You know what I mean?
Yeah. What did he get famous on? He's just the host?
Yeah, he's been a host of a lot of shows.
Okay. I don't know why I thought.
He's been an actor in some things before, but he's not super famous or anything.
Okay.
But his show Destination Truth was the best thing on television for a while. He would go to different places that had mythical creatures that supposedly existed. Like people were like, "Oh yeah, I've seen it. It exists, like Bigfoot or whatever."
Mm-hmm.
And he would take an expedition of people and look for these mythical creatures wherever they're supposed to be found.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did he ever find any?
So he actually found evidence of a Yeti.
That's cool.
Yeah. And like it's something that they actually no one could explain, like in any of the museums or anything like that. They were like, "Oh, we don't know what this is. This is definitely a species that we've never seen before."
That's pretty cool.
But everything else, he pretty much was like, "Yeah, I don't think that exists." One was funny. It was he was supposed to be finding these pterodactyls on this island,
mm-hmm.
and he hired this guide, and the guide's name was Max. And Max is like, yeah, it's this way. And so they start climbing up this like mountainside
mm-hmm.
on the this one island, and they're about halfway up, and the guy goes, "Yeah, I know where it is, but this place is different." And he goes, "Different how, Max?" And he goes, "The trees here, they're smaller than they used to be." And he goes, "Trees don't grow smaller, Max. I don't think you know where we're going." He fired Max right then and there. He got a different guy to help him out.
Poor Max.
He wanted
to be some shit though.
He wanted up to some lady that was supposed to be talking to him about this like sea monster or whatever that lives in like Cambodia or whatever,
mm-hmm.
and she didn't speak any English, so he had a translator for her, and he sat down with her and he goes, "Did they tell you what we were going to be doing?" And she's like, "Nobody's translating yet." And he goes, "All right, so you know that we're going to arm wrestle to the death." And she's like, "Yeah." Yeah.
That must be an older show, huh?
It's 2009, something like that.
That's funny.
It was a good show.
All right. Well, I'll go ahead and tell you about a dream from another country since we're on this, this, theme.
All right.
I titled it Mexico Bed.
Okay.
This one's quite short.
I hope so.
The other one was long.
All right. Does Nesto actually read these and like respond to you, or does he just go, "Okay"?
Sometimes he responds, and sometimes he doesn't. He just lets it happen.
Just forcing your dreams on him.
Again. Okay. In this dream, I dreamt me and my mother were staying with Ernesto's parents, and Ernesto's parents had a house in Mexico in this dream. In this house, they just got done finishing renovations.
Mm-hmm.
And their bathroom was pink. Well, actually, they're in the middle of renovations. And their bathroom was pink.
Gross.
Then they had a washer and dryer in the bathroom. The bathroom was unfinished.
That makes sense.
In the renovations. And there was a washer and dryer in there, which is strange.
Is it?
But I've seen it in, like, European house floor plans.
They'll have them in the kitchen sometimes.
Yeah. I've seen that a lot, like, in America. But in Europe, they'll have the washer and dryers in the bathroom.
They also have them in the kitchen.
It's strange. Okay. And I dreamt we were watching Nesto's cousins make pan dulce, which is sweet bread.
Yeah.
And this is not how it's actually made, but they were like making patterns and rolling out like a flat top of dough on top of a round like column.
Mm-hmm.
You know those like parking things that are like column, they're like metal.
Okay.
They're yellow. What are those called?
Just I don't know. It's the pole to keep you from running into the building, basically.
It looked exactly like that.
Yeah.
And they were kneading them into like a round shape. I don't know why that was a thing in my dream.
I don't know.
I remember his cousins wearing like traditional Mexican dress, all white on top, floral patterns around the collar, and then like a colorful skirt. I might be in a different culture, actually.
I don't know. When you said cousins, I was picturing guys, and now you're like talking about dresses, and I was like, well,
They were girls. They were doing the dough.
sounds like a euphemism for something. They were doing the dough.
Who knows what they were really doing? So I remember sitting at the table talking to them while they were rolling out the dough about how cool it was that they were like making this bread and like how pretty it was turning out. And I was talking as best I could in Spanish. I'm not fluent, but I did my best. And then I remember all of a sudden it was night time, and I was supposed to share a bed with his cousin. And
you peed the bed and blamed it on him.
No, but I did pee the bed. And we were sharing a room with a couple of his other cousins too. But yeah, I peed the bed on accident. When did I pee the bed, Dustin?
I don't know. Did you pee the bed in real life? Did you wake up?
I did not.
Did you wake up and pat yourself down just to be sure?
Luckily, in the dream, it didn't wet all the way through, so we only had to change like one bed sheet, and that was it. Then I had to go change my clothes. I don't know what that was about, but that's all I remember from that dream. I just remember changing out of those clothes and having to go back to bed in shame.
I've pulled that move a few times though, where you wake up and you're like patting yourself down. Okay. Okay, it was just in the dream. I didn't really do it.
I did have to pee though.
Yeah, that's usually how it happens for me too. I wake up and I'm like, jeez, I gotta pee.
Yeah, so I went pee after that in real life.
Yeah.
So that was my visit to Mexico.
Well, only in dreams though.
In dreams.
You know, I wonder if the brain could do that in a better way. You know?
What do you mean?
Like, because the dream is telling you, hey, you need to pee. But, like, you just pee in the dream, you know? And you're just like, okay, I'm going. And then you wake up and you're like, shit, I didn't go. I need to go pee still. Yeah. Like, couldn't your brain actually just be like, hey, dumbass, wake up?
Yeah.
You know? But instead it's like, no, you're good. Just go ahead. It's fine. It's good.
Yeah, let it happen. Now we're okay. Don't worry about waking up.
Yeah. Oh, you feeling warm?
Brains.
Yeah. It feels like your brain should have evolved enough, you know, to like be like, hey, wake up. Go take care of this.
You would think.
You would think.
Maybe it likes messing with us.
But I mean, you'd also think that like maybe sleepwalking would have been phased out at some point. But
yeah. And wasn't you I was talking with about how maybe one side of the brain was like competing with the other and possibly like playing tricks on the other purposefully?
I don't think so, but that sounds interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because like a somnambulist, you know, they get up and will just do random shit, you know, in the middle of the night. And that's the technical name for sleepwalking, by the way.
Yes.
Somnambulist.
I heard you drop it, and I was like, oh shit.
Yeah.
We're breaking out the big words today.
Vocabulary. It was just like I told what's his face today.
The new guy?
Yeah. Chase petrichor meant.
I don't fucking know what that means.
You know what petrichor is. It's the...
I feel like you've defined it for me.
It's the smell of like wet earth after a rain.
You have defined it for me before, and I didn't remember.
And I was just saying how much I love that word. Anyway.
So it just went floop, floop, in one ear, out the other.
Yeah. Anyway, that's not the point. What was the point? I was sleepwalking.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah. So, because supposedly, like, your brain is supposed to shut down all your motor functions while you're asleep.
Mm-hmm.
It's supposed to cut off any signals from your brain to the rest of your body.
Okay.
Like, other than, like, you know, breathing, of course, and, like, heart beating, like, the actual, like, movements.
Yeah.
You getting up. Which is why you're not supposed to be able to sleepwalk.
Mm-hmm.
But apparently, some people don't have that. And so they just get up and move around.
Some people are built different.
Get up and jump around.
Jump around.
Yeah.
Don't copyright us.
Have you seen that little girl on TikTok? I think her name on TikTok is Selena Spooky Boo.
Yes.
And she does a bunch of like the sleepwalking
Yes.
videos. God, she's so ridiculous.
Yeah.
Her sleepwalking.
I half believe her stuff.
I fully
And I
believe her.
I feel like some of them might be real. I feel like some of them might not be real. And some of them, I'm like, it can go either way.
I feel like it's real. So, I don't remember this dream, but I'm gonna read it anyway. This had Rad in it, actually. Yeah, I'd gone to a friend's house, and Rad was there with several other people. One of the girls had a purse that I do remember this. Okay, she had a purse that looked like a skull.
Okay.
And she kept saying it's a real skull, like it's made with a real skull.
Did it look
But
real?
the front of it did, but you could like flex it. It was like very bendy, like rubber. And so like Rad had grabbed it and like he was like messing with it. And he was like, "Oh yeah, that's real." And I was like, "It's obviously not fucking real. You can bend it. It's fucking rubber mask." You know, like there's and I said he was being fucking ridiculous. So we started to leave, and the girl I was dating refused to say goodbye or hug the female host.
Mm.
I don't know what was going on with that. So I pulled her aside and I asked her what was going on, and I got really weirdly aggressive, and I asked her why she was being such a bitch.
Oh, jeez.
And she said that the female host was dating her ex, and she still wasn't over him. Then she told me that during the visit, she had kissed him, and I pushed her away from me, and I said, "I can't fucking believe you," and I just left. And then I woke up.
Jeez.
Yeah.
I don't know what that's about.
I don't either.
You're being fucking ridiculous.
Breakup in my dream.
Yeah. Jeez.
And it's a fucking real ass breakup too. Like, you know, like that's some shit that would happen.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I'm still not over my ex, and I kissed him.
Fuck off.
Get the fuck out of my face.
Yeah, man.
But I definitely wouldn't have like if somebody I was dating wasn't being nice to someone, I would never be like, "Why are you being such a bitch?" Like, I don't know, like I would say that to like Ernesto, but that's just, you know, playing around. Like, why are you being such a bitch?
Yeah.
You know. But like somebody I was dating, I would never say that. So it was weird that I was that aggressive about it. I might say like, "Why are you acting like this? You know, why are you being crazy?
Why are you being cray-cray?"
Yeah. The fuck is the matter with you? I don't say that. I wouldn't say, "Why are you being such a bitch?"
Bitch.
I feel like bitch is such a strong word in that instance.
It is. It's a strong word. Ernesto refuses to call me that.
I definitely I would never say cunt like that either. Like that's another one that I'd have to like rein myself in from because I couldn't do that.
Couldn't do it either.
But Ernesto refuses to use the word pussy too.
No. On principle. That one he's just shy about saying. I don't know why.
Like he's fucking 12 and his parents are in the room. No, I can't say it. I can't say it. It's like, dude, you're a full-grown adult. You can say the word pussy.
Yeah.
I mean, I get it. It's kind of a rough word, you know. But
no, he's ridiculous.
He is.
Dream titles are spread out.
Do you need help? Because I've got a few of them still.
Maybe. So let's see. There's Special Opt-out.
Fuzzy Dragon Puppet. Zombie Hotel Stay. D&D Old House Setup. Rich Flea Infestation.
Let's do Zombie Hotel Stay.
Middle School Map.
This one was kind of short too.
I can't believe you told me autistic is the new cool. So dumb.
You told me you might be autistic.
Yeah.
Okay, so it was a compliment.
It's not, though. Anyway, go ahead.
All right. In this dream, the Zombie Hotel, forget the title, Zombie Hotel. I was with Ernesto and the kids, of course. We were on vacation, of course. And
in Hawaii.
No, this time we weren't in Hawaii. Okay, we were, but I didn't find out where we were until later. Okay, so we're in like a very weird hotel on the outskirts of some neighborhood. The neighborhood, I guess I did know up front. The neighborhood reminded me of the Wizarding World of Harry Potter. We're in like England.
Okay.
Ish. But the hotel was weird because the hotel workers were behaving very weirdly around our family. It was me, Nestor, and the kids. And we were treated differently. Not bad, just different. Almost like we were special guests. Almost. We didn't really know what was going on, but we just rolled with it because it was, like I said, it wasn't bad. I don't remember going to sleep, but I do remember it being the next day. Dream. So the next day, we discovered that the hotel staff were hosting monsters in their hotel. Like vampires, werewolves.
So Hotel Transylvania.
Like Hotel Transylvania, yes. And we were like, wow, that's nice of them to host, creatures other than humans to host some monsters. That's pretty cool. And after thinking that to ourselves, we left to go explore for our vacation day.
It's so cool. I can't wait to be eaten by a monster.
We were not worried about it at all. We're like, oh, that's so nice of them. They're treating, everybody equally.
Wow.
I guess we should have been worried, but we weren't. We left to go explore since we were on vacation. When we left the hotel, everything was darker than usual, and we're in like an alley. And we noticed the people around us, or they were humans out and about, also were giving us a wide berth, almost like they were scared.
That's weird. Okay.
And then we happened to catch a glimpse of ourselves walking by a storefront window, and we were zombies.
Okay.
We were zombies, and we didn't know it the entire time. And we were like, now it all makes sense.
So you were part of the monster crew that they were hosting.
Monster crew.
Jesus.
And we weren't nearly as alarmed as we should have been.
Well, this makes total sense.
We're zombies, guys.
Yeah.
It just continued our day like everything was completely normal. For some reason, I remember seeing how the hotel kind of advertised to host monsters and how they attracted some monsters to stay at the hotel, and it involved like laying candy traps all the way to the hotel. It's just so monsters to be like, oh, piece of candy.
I was going to say, it just reminds me of that Family Guy bit. Piece of candy.
So we saw monsters. We saw monsters following candy trail all the way to the hotel.
So fucking dumb.
No, that's all I remember.
Did you recently watch Hotel Transylvania or Family Guy?
Nope.
So weird.
And then I got the hiccups.
It's so weird that like your brain would just put that in there, Ooh, piece of candy. Ooh, piece of candy.
I don't know. My fucking brain, man.
It reminds me. Was that the end of that dream? I'm sorry. Okay.
That's all I remember.
Reminds me, I was watching a 25th anniversary of like Family Guy, and they were all on stage, the actors, and I saw Mila Kunis, and I was like, yeah, how old is Mila Kunis? And so like I go to look her up, and while I'm looking her up, I went down this stupid fucking rabbit hole. As soon as I opened IMDb, the first thing I see is that they're making a Penguin TV show. The Penguin from Batman.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a mini series, and I watched the trailer for that, of course, because I can't just. I'm like, shit, and it's
who's in that?
It's Colin Farrell. Colin Farrell's playing the Penguin again, because he was the Penguin in the Batman. The Robert Pattinson.
Okay.
Pattinson. I don't know how to fucking say
it. Yeah. I remember now.
But yeah, he's going to be in a miniseries on Max.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, I was like, that's interesting. I didn't know that was a thing,
Yeah.
that they were going to make that miniseries. But I guess they're going to, like, drive home that he's now the new crime boss in Gotham. So I wonder if that's going to play into, like, the Batman film.
Surely.
Yeah. Anyway, so then I looked up Mila Kunis, finally. And it was like, she's a little older than I am. She's like 41, I think.
Mm-hmm.
But I also realized she's like the youngest person on that show.
Yeah, she wasn't supposed to be on that show, actually.
She wasn't supposed to be on that 70s show.
Yeah.
When she was first. She
She's
lied
little.
about her age.
Yeah.
And
I think that's what I was thinking of, not Family Guy.
well, she was 15 and a half when she got the job on Family Guy. She was only 13 when she got the job on that 70s show, but she lied about her age. And they had her making out with
Ashton Kutcher.
Yeah, Ashton Kutcher.
Yeah. And now they're married.
And she was so intimidated because she was just like, he's so much older than me. And then she just, yeah. Of course.
They avoided so much litigation.
Well, I mean, he did get married to Demi Moore for a while, and they got divorced. And then by that time, Mila was well of age,
Yep. And then that one guy with the fro and the glasses in that 70s show.
Yeah, that guy.
He was in a whole slew.
Oh, he's still,
of trouble.
Yeah. I forgot what his name is.
Me too.
But yeah, he's not a good guy. Neither is James Franco, apparently. But,
yeah, man.
Yeah. Well, I've got more dreams, but I can save them if you want to move on to recommendations, or do you want to keep going?
You have any short ones?
Oh, I've got a few short ones, yeah. Really short ones, too. So, this one, there's literally no explanation on this, except I had a dream where I was escaping from a ship that I had been a slave on, and I had some weird powers, and, like, the powers were that, like, I could, like, zap myself to, like, close to someone, basically. And so, like, I had escaped off the ship.
Misty Step.
Sort of, yeah. I had escaped off the ship, and I was, like, trying to hide from these people that were on the dock. But then I had to, like, come up behind one of them, and I like, zapped myself to, like, behind him to kill him, and that was when I woke up.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
That was the beginning of your adventure, man.
I know. I was like, oh, that'd be really fucking cool, though. It was, like, in the water and shit.
Misty Step is a D&D thing.
Yeah.
All right. In one of my short dreams, I forget what I titled it, but it had to do with fleas. Flea infestation.
Yeah. A hotel flea infestation or something. No, rich
flea infestation. Okay. So, in this dream, I was sleeping in my bed. I woke up. Stop throwing things at me. It was my regular bed in the dream, but when I woke up, it was because my head was itching. In the dream, I woke up and my head was itching in the dream. And I opened my eyes and we lived in a palace.
Oh.
It was my janky little bed.
In a big ass fucking...
In a gigantic ass palace.
Well, that'd be nice if that was actually your reality.
Right? I tried to pick off the itch and I couldn't quite get it. One of my servants came in. She was a nice lady. She had a flea comb and a tub of soapy water to get rid of, like, if you had lice. You would comb off the lice and then you put it in the tub of water and kill off the lice. Anyway, she gave it to me and I told her, I don't need this. But I was itching my head and she saw me itching my head and she was standing there and she's like, you need this, miss.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
you
no.
have fleas, woman.
And then I itched my head again. And then I picked off whatever it was that I had under my fingernail. And I was like, I don't know what this is. And I flicked it off. She was like, that was a bug, miss. That was a flea. And I was like, no, I don't have fleas. She said, miss, you have fleas. Take the tub. Take the tub. And she's like, gestured for me to use the flea comb. Very polite lady. And I was like, damn. I have an infestation. And that's all I remember of that dream. I was getting ready to kill him.
Damn. That's funny because we're getting ready to give my dog a flea bath and everything. Both of my parents, God love them, they're so small. They're tiny people. My dad weighs all of like 140 pounds, if that. And, he's 74,
Yeah.
My dog weighs almost 100 pounds. By himself. He's 70-something pounds. He's a German Shepherd.
Yeah.
And my mom, she's not much better. So, yeah, it's just, I know, looking at me, you're like, you came from that? Yeah. Yes, I did.
Well, I'm not looking at them, but
you know what I'm telling you how big they are. And so we were trying to figure it out because, like, obviously I'm going to have to be the one holding him still for this bath because they're not going to be able to.
Gosh, she's going to be an inside or an outside bath?
Inside. She's tried to take him for walks before, and he basically just drags her, and so that doesn't work. And so I was trying to come up with a way that we could do it so that I could hold him still while one of them actually bathes him. And I came up with a solution. So we're going to put a collar on him and put a what do you call it? A leash, and we can't tie it to anything inside the bathroom because he's just going to pull like the shower curtain down or whatever.
Yeah.
So there's a window that goes outside. So I'm going to stand outside on the other side of the window holding the leash.
Okay.
While they bathe him on the inside.
Okay.
It's going to be the only way that we can do it. Because like I'll have to be the one holding him still mostly.
Innovative.
Yeah.
Outside the box thinking.
Well, because I was like, that's the only way we can do it. Because I mean, unless we found something outside to tie him to.
This is the only way.
Yeah.
Good luck on your endeavor.
Yeah.
When do you try that?
I have no idea yet. But he needs it. He's fucking flea-bitten varmint.
Man. That'll be something.
Do you want me to give you another short dream, or?
Sure.
Alright. Let's see. Alright, this is the last really short dream I've got. I dreamt that I had a friend that asked me to drive something to San Antonio. And then, like, pick up something else for one of our other friends. And I had agreed at first. And then I remembered about my car. This was another fucking
oh my gosh.
That like the check engine light had come on and everything. And I had to change my mind. I was like, no, I can't fucking do it. I can't drive to San Antonio with my car like this. And that was it. That was the whole dream.
Okay, really, really short. Mine are short, but not as shorters.
Yeah.
Alright, in this dream, I titled it D&D Old House, I think.
Yes.
I had another dream. I was getting ready for the get up and get ready for the day. So I was laying in bed still. I lived in my old house. Not the last house I lived in, but the house before the last house. And so I got out of bed. I had a blue carpet. I remember this in my dream. And this was in the real house as well. So I walked across my blue carpet to a small dining room that we had. I had a glass sliding door blocking that room off from like the den. And on the left was a kitchen table that kind of sat in between the dining room section and the kitchen in our house. And my papa was sitting there, my grandfather, and he was eating a sandwich. And this is my papa who has passed. And he was just eating a sandwich, chilling. But I remember walking in, seeing my papa, and I was about to get the table ready for D&D. Because I was expecting friends over later.
Yeah.
And I look up in the kitchen and one of our friends is already here. I don't remember who it was though, but they were making a sandwich.
Nice.
In my kitchen. And I was like, hey, and I started chatting with them. Just regular, like, how you doing? Good to see you, ready to play. And I could tell that my papa was slightly bugged that this guy was in our kitchen already.
Random.
He's like, you're not even awake out of your bed and your company's over right now. And I have to deal with it while you're asleep. Like, he was just a little peeved. Eating a sandwich. Meanwhile, the guy's just rummaging around, eating the plates and all that for a sandwich. And that's all I remember of that dream. I feel like that was another visit dream.
Yeah. I think he was peeved that somebody else was taking your attention.
Yeah, why
from
is
him
this fucking guy in our dream? Yeah, like, me and you are supposed to be hanging out. You're late. This fucking guy is bugging me.
He's like, fix your fucking brain. Get rid of him.
Yeah, I feel like the same too.
That was what I was thinking immediately when you said he seemed a little upset. I was like, yeah, because he's like, I came all this way for this? You get this fucking guy out of here. What are you doing? And I came to see you, and you're just fucking talking to this guy. I don't know why I gave him that accent. But
yeah, I woke up and I thought that was hilarious.
He doesn't think it's hilarious. He's like, fucking fix this shit. I'm coming back tomorrow.
All right. You ready for recommendations?
I'm ready for recommendations.
Yes. I'm gonna go ahead and recommend. Yes, this is what I've been binging recently. I'm actually binging the second season, Bridgerton. Season 1. This is definitely for the romantics listening who appreciate a good slow burning romance. So this is set in 1813 in London when such things existed as the Ton, lavish balls, aristocrat suitors, and young debutantes. And so season 1 follows a young woman by the name of Daphne who has debuted herself London's Ton Society.
Oh, okay.
So
I'm trying to figure out what debuted herself meant.
Yeah,
it sounds a lot worse.
There's a better way to say that.
She's a debutante.
Thank you. She's a debutante. And she's brand new to the scene, and all eyes are on her. And she has so many prospects for marrying because she comes from a wealthy family and very well-respected family, the Bridgertons. And the Queen of England herself has her eyes on her, like, not in a romantic way, but in a respectable way. So, like, she's got the Queen of England's respect as well. So it follows her romantic journey with another young aristocrat who is like big time rake.
Very Jane Austen?
Not quite familiar with Jane Austen.
Okay.
But he gets around.
No, I meant like the author, like her books.
I know.
Okay.
Right. I don't know if there's a guy in her books who gets around.
I just meant like the overall premise is very Jane Austen.
Super.
Okay.
Well, she's got a large family who has her support. It also follows along several different non-main storylines that are parallel to her romance with the young aristocrats. You get to know more of her family and her throughout that first season. The second season continues with another person in the same family. So,
okay.
I assume third season might be similar, but I'm not entirely sure. The third season has started pushing out.
Was the one that was on?
Currently, it's third.
Okay.
So yeah, if you're into romance, if you're into hoity-toity Queen of England's kind of stuff, and ladies and aristocrats, viscounts, and all that whole scene, fanciness, check it out.
It's a Netflix thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, I hear a lot of people talk about it. I will not be watching it, but
it's okay.
Yeah. Well, I think I'm going to recommend something very similar. Abraham Lincoln Vampire Slayer.
Right.
Have you ever seen it, actually?
Same general feeling. No. I think I have years and years and years ago.
So it's like a 2012 movie, I believe.
Okay.
And it's basically a what do you call that? Like a past that didn't exist. You know, it's like, what if Abraham Lincoln was actually a vampire hunter?
Like Pride, Prejudice, and Zombies.
Yeah, which was also really good. I was thinking about that one first, and then I saw that one on my list, and I was like, yeah. But it's just a fun action sort of comedy romp. If you like movies about vampires and sort of historically accurate events, then check it out. I mean, I can't really... The name says it all.
It says a lot.
Vampire Hunter or Slayer or whatever it is. What is the title? It's Vampire Hunter. Yeah. Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter.
Nice.
Yeah. I saw that one in theaters. Yeah.
So special occasion.
Yeah, it was a good time. It was a good time.
So check it out.
Yeah.
All right, we did it.
We did it.
Hit him with the outro, Dustin.
Dun dun dun.
Thank you, Little Dreamers, for listening.
Little Dreamers is our Patreon tier that we have. It's $5. And that just helps to keep the channel running.
Listen to us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube Podcasts, Amazon Music, and Audible.
And you can find us on the socials at TikTok, Instagram, Twitter. I don't think we have a Facebook. Anyway, we're on YouTube.
It'll be in the works. Email us your dreams at whatmdreams@gmail.com. Feel free to send us your dreams that we can talk about.
Yeah, and then we can judge you for it.
And enjoy, and a little bit of judging, yeah.
All right, well, thanks again for joining us.
Thank you again. Bye.
Bye. Blah, 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 blah.
La 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 la.
You know what that's from, right?
Yeah, Big Hero 6.
Yeah, Baymax.
Yep, which I would have liked to have gotten a Big Hero 6 Baymax from Disney World.
Oh, yeah?